What's up, everybody? Son of Mel Balls here again, coming at you with another custom modified kit bash video about yet another Mortal Kombat figure. A lot of people seem to like my custom Liu Kang kit bash I did with the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Liu Kang and an old Jack specific UFC figure. So I thought, why not do a Mortal Kombat 2 version of one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters, Johnny Cage. If you're like me and you're a kid of the 90s and you grew up with any game system, then you probably played a lot of Mortal Kombat 2. I know I did. So one of my favorite characters, probably third in line, was to play as Johnny Cage. I always liked his outfit in that one. I was gonna do a Mortal Kombat 1 version, and I probably still will, but this was the priority. This is the one I really wanted. I looked at the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Johnny Cage, and I said, there's a lot of similarities between this outfit and his original or not his original, but his Mortal Kombat 2 outfit. So what the hell, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to walk through the process here. I got a lot of messages about the custom Liu Kang. A lot of people sending me pictures showing me where they had done it, and they were thanking me for it and all. You don't need to thank me. I'm just glad I can help. Anyway, this was done the same way, but there was a tad more work that went into this because, for starters, okay, this is a Jack-specific UFC Zuffa, I think is his name. I don't know. But it's the same body type that Liu Kang used, just a different skin tone. Now, I hit it with a flat matte finish, not to catch all that plastic shine. I think it works a lot better. I really just love these butterfly joints. I'll sacrifice the double joint elbows for that. Anyway, I also painted the shades solid black because he didn't have purple rims in Mortal Kombat 2. He didn't get those till way later on down the line in the games. So they're solid black now. Now, the ball joint in the head, totally different ballpark here, so don't try to do this one like you did the Luke. If you're one of the people that sent me pictures of your own Liu Kang that you did, don't go into this thinking that it's the same process. The neck joint here, totally different game. Basically, the Liu Kang had a ball joint. It was a short, fat ball joint, kind of like the UFC figures had. This is a long, skinny ball joint. So what I initially wound up doing to get it to fit was I was going to use some putty or some clay or whatever, but I said, nah, I'm not going to lose any articulation by gluing the bottom part of the ball joint down. That's what I did. I didn't lose any head movement. He's still got his same head movements and all that. Same thing with the torso joint. It was a lot more difficult to get off, and I didn't have to stretch the hole that goes up to the abdomen to get it to fit. And as you can see, great ab crunch. He still turns just tight because I had to do the belt. Speaking of which, the belt, one of the bigger issues I noticed was there was the belt buckle here that says Cage, which he did not have in the second. He just had the blue belt kind of thing around his waist. I actually used, excuse the train there, I actually used a roll of blue duct tape. It was the perfect shade of blue, and then I let it sit, and I went over it with a clear matte finish, a clear matte acrylic finish, and as you can see, it just looks perfect. It matches everything perfectly. I did the same thing for the wrist cuffs, just use obviously much smaller strips, but it works. Now, the only other thing I had to do really was the shoes. If you notice, his shoes are pretty much solid white as far as the game, but if you look at promotional pictures of Master Daniel Pesina, who plays Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, he was the one that did the motion capture. They look kind of more like a dirty kind of white and gray, so that's kind of what I tried to capture here. I gave it kind of a worn look with the gray highlights, the gray strap and everything back here. And I think it turned out really good. Didn't have to make any adjustments to this. Now, I did have to use black paint to go over the white lines that are here on Johnny's pants because he also did not have those in Mortal Kombat 2. And, obviously Mortal Kombat 2 is the look I was going for. I'm not going to bother going over the articulation. Hopefully you watched my custom Liu Kang review. Articulation's the same. Didn't lose any articulation, thankfully. Really pleased with how it came out. I love these UFC bodies, mainly because this looks like Daniel Pesina's build. And like I said, Master Daniel Pesina is the actor who did the motion capture or the picture captures for Johnny Cage's model in Mortal Kombat's 1 and 2. He essentially is Johnny Cage. He's a legend. This looks like his build, and they're so realistic as far as they're not outlandishly built, and I like it. It really reminds me of Johnny. And like I said, you know, the unfortunate side to using these particular bodies is they don't have double jointed elbows. They're from like early 2000s, and they didn't have double jointed elbows then, apparently, not for these figures anyway. But I'm actually working on figuring out a way to get double jointed elbows. I just have to find arms that will fit these pegs from here down, and then I'll probably have that figured out. But I love the butterfly joints so much that I almost don't even care. Like, it really doesn't even bother me. It's I really love the poses I can still get them in, and I am so thrilled to have this version of Johnny Cage now, because I love Johnny Cage. He's been my favorite since I was a kid. And as far as the people, as far as the humans, you know, I love Liu Kang, don't get me wrong, but Johnny, I don't know, he's always, let me get his shades on. He's always been badass. I've always been really good with him on the classic games, and I'm really happy with this figure. I think he looks great. If you'll give me a follow on Instagram, if you haven't already, you can check out my my photographs I took with him. You'll see a lot of poses. I'm at work right now, kind of on a time crunch, so I don't have time to do a bunch of poses and show everything off, but I will give him a spin real quick. I think he looks really good. He's going to look really good on the shelf with all the Mortal Kombat 2 Storm collectibles I got. Now, I still have another version. I still have the original version of this untarnished by customization, because I want to display him in the Mortal Kombat 11 display. I love this. I'm really happy with how it came out. Like I said, I am working on trying to figure out the double jointed elbow issue, because I do want him to have double jointed elbows. Unfortunately, I didn't have any arms to use it for. I did try some Marvel Legends Namor arms. They were just too small. He looked like, oh god, it just looked horrible. It looked like a straight up joke. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know if you guys want to make one. They're pretty simple to make. Just get the right parts. All you need is a Mortal Kombat 11 McFarlane Toys Johnny Cage and a UFC Zuffa, I think that's how it's pronounced, figure, if I have the name right. And I actually got the hands from just it was just in a random fodder box I had. I don't know where they came from, but they fit into pegs really well. And you need some blue duct tape, some paint, and some acrylic matte finish, some clear acrylic matte finish. But see, he took a little more work than Liu Kang, but not much. I'm really satisfied with him. What do you guys think? Give me a follow on Instagram. I'll have my Instagram linked in the description below, along with my music. Check it out. Give me a follow. Let's talk toys. Peace out.